Hey guys, how you going? It's your boy Scotty here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Raw need a new coach. Darren Davis has been in charge of the club for quite a while now. I think probably a bit over half the season, maybe about that. And he was an interim coach, and we're thinking, oh, interim coach maybe a few weeks, so maybe a month at the most. It's been probably a month since I've done a video, and I was thinking, this is the video I wanted to do a month ago. I didn't want to have a month later and then still have no coach, but it's come to the media that we'll probably have a new coach in the next few days, week or so, and that man is Robbie Fowler. A lot of people were skeptical about him. I was myself. I'm thinking, he could be just another John Elway, a great player, but in saying that, has he had many managerial experience? No. What will he bring to the club? He can bring some bums in the seats. People will come in to probably see him coach, and Liverpool fans obviously believe in him as being God. Would love to see him coach, but in saying that, this might exactly be what Brisbane needs. A fresh start for him, making his first professional first-team coaching experience, as well as, I'll move over this way for a sec, as well as a fresh start for the club. Just bringing some ambition. He wants to coach in the A-League. He wants to coach and make a career out of coaching. He was a wonderful player, amazing player, and then he wants to have his shot at coaching. So it looks like we might be giving it to him. So the club's put out this a statement saying what the 5 criteria is that they were looking for. So obviously they need to have all their coaching badges, which Fowler does. Another one of the thing is first team coaching. Fowler does not have that. So he hasn't coached any first team. He coached, he player coach. So I guess it's sort of first team, but he player coached Muangthong United, which is the team that he used to play for. His last team that he played for. Is that somewhat okay? Yeah, I guess he had some coaching in his past. He's also helped coach the Liverpool youth team and also helped alongside with one of the clubs as a coaching staff for one of his one of the sides, Milton Keynes Dons, or was it MK Dons? He helped be the assistant coach there, and also briefly coached Liverpool Strikers in April 2011. So he has got some coaching experience there. Obviously not first team, but in saying that, he did pick up a coaching role with Liverpool at the academy, so he does know how to train youth. In saying that as well, we have a lot of youth players coming through. A lot of the fans are wanting us to promote youth. If he's going to play youth and he's going to be able to coach them like he has at the academy, we could have some good players coming through. So yeah, he's coached youth. Youth is another one that they were looking at as being a good criteria for signing as a manager, and as well as knowledge of the A-League. He's come out and said that he watches A-League basically every weekend, which is probably some more than some people over here that are just following all the Premier League and the European League. So which is a good sign, because we don't want a manager because apparently there's 160 applications. We don't want a manager that's sort of knows what he's doing, but he has no idea of the A-League. And the final one was experienced manager in a salary cap league, which he has. To be fair, a lot of managers probably wouldn't have that experience, apart from maybe Marco Kurz, which is linked. His hat's been thrown into the ranks just recently because Adelaide have said they're not going to come out and sign him next season as a coach. But I think it's a bit too late. Unless he was on the radar of the rule before, he's probably out of that. In saying that, he's got his coaching qualifications, his first team experience, obviously knowledge of the A-League and experience salary cap league, so he's ticked off 4 out of the 5. But a big thing that they were saying is he doesn't like playing youth in the Adelaide team that he played for. In saying that, he has won the A-League, the FFA Cup for the Adelaide, so it is a good sign that he has won trophies and that recently. Obviously a great player in the past before as well. So in saying that, who says Fowler can't be a great manager? It's his first chance. Whatever manager we're going to get, we're going to have to fully get behind him, and it's not good to judge them before we've even seen them coach. We can always say, oh, he hasn't had any experience, he hasn't had this, he hasn't done this. But in saying that, every manager's got to start somewhere, and he wants to grind his way up, because if you think about it, so many people wanted Thomas Broich to be a manager of the Raw, and he's in the same boat, but he's got less experience. I know obviously he's a club legend and he's been here, he's got the knowledge of the A-League obviously. He's working towards his coaching qualifications, but he hasn't coached first team. He hasn't managed in the salary cap league, and obviously, I don't know if he's going to play youth or not. He probably would, but in saying that, he's not up to scratch yet. I would love to see him come back and do it, but in saying that, basically saying everyone wants Broich, but as soon as it comes to Fowler, everyone's like, no, we don't want Fowler. He doesn't have much experience, but Broich has even less experience, even though he's a club legend. If you think about it, he's got even less experience, and we're wanting him over Fowler. To me, I was always against the idea of having Fowler here. I'm thinking no experience and all that. But if you're thinking about it, he's going to promote youth. He's going to bring fans to the game. He's going to have a fresh start. He's ambitious. He wants to coach. He wants to get his coaching career off. This could be what we see as a fresh start. For him, it could be seen as a stepping stone to getting up to eventually maybe coaching in the Premier League or Europe or something like that. We did see Steven Gerrard go from Liverpool to being Rangers manager, and now he's doing pretty well there, so why can't Fowler do it? Marco Kurz, a lot of people were for him. I was still for him as well. Both of the two sound like they're probably the front runners for the job. Fowler looking like the most likely, seeing that the Raw have come out and said they've come out and said, they're not really said it, but they've said that he wasn't in the picture, and having him come into the picture now after he's been said that he's not going to be coaching at Adelaide, it's probably not going to be a thing that's going to come to the Raw. He's probably not going to come to the Raw, seeing he wasn't in the hat before, and now thrown in here, we're probably not going to sign him because he wasn't in the hat at the start. Yeah, you get it. But so I'm pretty happy with the appointment of Fowler if we do sign him. He could also bring another big thing. He could bring some good foreign marquee players from overseas that he might have played with before. Might also maybe some youth players that he's played with before that's not getting first team. We saw that what's his name, Cheyenne Harrison, come across from the Premier League, not getting game time over there. He's come across and he's doing pretty alright for Melbourne City. So who knows? People will be against it where they bring youth players across from the other side, thinking where are our youth players going to get game time from if there's youth players from foreign countries coming across to steal minutes. But in saying that, we do want our league to be successful. We also want our national team to be successful. So you got to vary it up a bit. Like most coaches will probably have foreign players and probably won't bring any foreign youth players in, but who knows, they could be better than players that we currently have now. That's maybe fringe players that could also boost our team up, because this season we've had a terrible season this season. We're finishing probably 9th on the ladder. Hopefully we don't finish the spoon, because Mariners got Alan Stajic now, and who knows if they're going to make a little run towards the finals. But it'll be embarrassment. It is embarrassment already that we're 9th, but it'll be a terrible embarrassment if the club was to get the wooden spoon. Especially just looking at the two clubs down the bottom, Brisbane and Mariners. They were the top two teams probably 5-6 seasons ago, 8 seasons ago, something like that. And then the big drop off, or the Brisbane hasn't only been really this season, but it's sort of been on a downfall since Aloisi was appointed. Every season he's been in, we sort of dropped, and then to this part where he's been sacked, and then it's sort of a rebuilding phase. Darren Davis come in and done a great job with the youth, as well as he's got a lot of support from the team, and the team really back him. I would love to see him as the assistant manager to Fowler or Kurz, whichever one it is. We've got to get behind them, we've got to support them, we've got to give them the chance that they deserve, and hopefully they come in before the season ends, because one of the big things is we're making signings and stuff. There's a lot of players, like with the A-League, there's a lot of players that are off contract at the end of the season, and coaches that come in, if Fowler doesn't come in before the end of the season, he's not really going to have a chance to pick who he wants, because if he comes in now or pretty soon, hopefully he joins the team before the season ends, because if he comes in before the season ends, he has a chance to 7, 8 games or whatever it is that we've got left to have a look. Actually, probably about 6 or 7 games to have a look at the training pitch, as well as how we play in games, to see which ones are off contract, which ones he wants to keep, which ones he wants to release. And then obviously he'll build his team around that, and hopefully have a full preseason with the players, and the end of this season to give the most chance for next season to be a success, because obviously this season's a write-off. I don't think we can even make finals mathematically now, maybe possibly, but we're not going to make finals. I'm confident in saying that we won't make finals, and if we make finals, then obviously it's a miracle, and I wouldn't be surprised. The only way we make finals is if the teams above us somehow get salary cap issues, and then they drop out of the finals and we make it. We've done it before with Perth when they've had salary cap issues. But yeah, so give me your thoughts in the comments. What are your thoughts on Fowler, if you think that he'll be a good coach, as well as Marco Kurz, and anyone else that you thought? Because I was thinking Aurelio Vidmar might be a good coach. Also, Bert Van Marwijk would have been a good coach. I liked him at the Socceroos when he was there. But yeah, obviously 4 big names there that could have come in and probably done a job in the A-League. But in saying that, Fowler or Marco Kurz looks like the front runners. We've got to get behind them. We've got to support them and give us the all, and then make sure we're turning up and watching the games and supporting the games, because the boys need us there. Obviously, we're not doing great, but in saying that, we need to be there to support the boys in the tough times. Win, lose or draw, I'll be there. I've been a member for 3 seasons now, and I've been going for even longer than that. And yeah, we've got to support the boys in this tough times and support the coaches, and hopefully we can start seeing some more wins towards the end of season coming up. But anyway, it's been your boy, Mr. 278. I hope you liked this video. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.